Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Vandalia Cinema Project. Coming in for episode 12, we're going to talk about the Dead Poet Society. I'm here joined as always with my co-host, Bobby.
What's up, everybody?
Please stick around and see what we have to say about this fantastic movie. All right, just to just to clarify, you've never seen this movie, right?
Nope. No, sir. I've not seen it.
Me neither. This was a fresh watch for me as well. Thank God. I'm so glad this was the first time I ever watched this movie. What'd you think, man?
I liked it. I thought it was a really good movie. I don't know where this is on like people's best lists. I thought it was okay in some aspects, but there's a lot of really good parts about this movie. I think it is very like 90s-esque in a way.
Came out in 89.
Slow.
I kind of thought that was surprising.
Shit, I didn't know that. Okay, I thought it was like 98 or something like that.
Yeah, no, 89. I kind of was like, whoa.
It kind of feels like it. Okay, that makes more sense because I was like, it is a little bit slower of a movie. It just kind of has like the vibes from that era, I guess, almost.
I can kind of tell that it is a little bit older style as well.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily think that hindered anything about it per se.
Me either.
It's directed by a fella named, might butcher this. I think it's Peter Weir, maybe Ware, Australian guy. He does two of my favorite movies because now Dead Poet Society is going to the top of my list. But he also directed The Truman Show, and I love The Truman Show.
That's a crazy little discography there.
It is. The Truman Show came out 11 years later. So, old Peter was, that's a very, it seems like he was a director for a long time. Cause like he has a ton of films, it looks like, and, I haven't seen a lot of them, but that doesn't mean much, but on the top of his list, it had The Truman Show and Dead Poets Society. So I was like, wow, okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is a young Robin Williams, man. This is like his second movie, I think.
How old was he in this movie? Is he
That's a good question.
You don't have to give me exact. He's in his 30s, right?
I'd say 30s.
Yeah.
But he might even be younger. He might potentially.
Maybe.
No, he was 37, which is
okay.
That kind of shocks me. I thought he kind of looked younger. I don't know how old he was when he passed away, unfortunately. So
me either. I would bet. I don't know when he passed away either. I think
it's 2019.
2014. 19?
I know. I read that too, and I
bet in 2014.
No, I think I looked it up. Hold on. This is
2016.
Oh, it is 2014.
Okay. You have me second guessing.
Well, what? The article I read was wrong earlier. Okay. That's really weird. Okay. My bad, y'all. No, man, I loved this movie. I love a good coming of age story. That's maybe like my favorite movie type, if I had to really say. I don't know. Yeah. That's weird because that's a very vast genre, I feel like.
Right.
Because it means a lot of different things. But
I like the charm to it. Like this was like this is a little bit of an untraditional coming of age movie, I guess. I didn't expect it to go the way that it did. Never seeing this movie.
Me neither.
Man. To the point where like I think this is not how I usually feel about movies in this way. I think probably the second half of this movie is way more interesting than the first. Actually, I think the most interesting part of the movie is probably the last 30 to 40 minutes of it.
I get what you're saying, but I could have had a 3-season TV show of the first half of the movie.
I do agree with that too. Um, I just think the second half was like this movie had such a good like little payoff to it, because at one point I was like, that's all gonna work out, I guess, and then it didn't.
No.
Um,
And this is another hot take of mine, maybe, but is the best ending a movie can have be a tragedy, a bittersweet tragedy with, because it just, you know, it just left me with a lot of questions that I don't need answered, but
yeah,
I just left like empty in a way,
yeah.
purposely.
I think you saying that, that's part of the reason why I like the way this movie ends so much. Is because of that. Like it just leaves you feeling, it doesn't all tie to, I mean, like this kind of sucks, you
Yeah.
know? But man, it's good. I'm so glad it does that. I love when movies do that. Like they don't spoon feed you exactly what you want.
Now that I'm thinking about
Like,
it, we've covered a couple of movies like this.
Yeah.
Like I'd say Interstellar has like a bittersweet ending. Grand Budapest Hotel kind of has a we talked about melancholy a lot. I forgot every other movie we did, but
yeah.
you know, even Spirited Away, you get left with like, dang, man, like what?
Yeah. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. Yeah, there's been tragedy afoot here and some bad stuff. I thought something I really loved about this movie. So it came out in 1989. This was a great era of people are cast appropriately for age. Once we got into the 90s and onward, not for everything, obviously, but I feel like it was really big. It's like, oh, high school people, let's get some 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds, and just, you know, who cares? Like, and sometimes it's like really noticeable, sometimes it's not. But the funniest example I always think about is like the first Spider-Man movie when they're in high school. Tobey Maguire and then like his bully, they just look like they're 39. They look
Just
as old as
man.
Robin Williams in this movie. You know, they just look so old. So I just always think it's refreshing whenever kids are actually cast for kids. And I'm saying kids is like under 18.
Yeah. I don't know how old these boys are in this movie. They may be younger than they're portrayed at 17. I genuinely don't know.
I think
but they
some
do
of
look
them,
like some teenagers.
Yeah,
and that's pretty sick.
Some of these dudes, like they got like acne and they kind of look awkward.
Yeah, that's what
it blew my mind. The second main character is Todd. He's played by Ethan Hawke, and I did not realize that until about halfway through the movie.
I don't know if I'm familiar with Mr. Hawke.
Well, he's a pretty big actor. He's notably was married to Uma Thurman, and their daughter is Maya Hawke, who is Robin in Stranger Things, and she's a very successful up and coming actor these days.
Interesting.
But he is so young in this movie. He's like, I think he's age appropriate for this movie.
Yes, I agree. I was looking up Maya Hawke. It also did good with that too. These characters are very charming. I was gonna ask you. I looked it up. So this movie, correct me if I'm wrong, it did win an award for best screenplay. I know it was nominated at the least.
Yes, it got nominated for best picture, and I think it did win best screenplay. And the dude who wrote it, I think, went on to write Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And this was like his first screenplay that got made into a movie. So he's sick with the pen, it seems like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I as I get older, I'm just really impressed with these movies that are the scope and the scale is just so small,
Yeah.
and you're just so engaged. But like, it's just a weird prep school, high school stuff, you know? And, I mean, you're just really, I was on the edge of my seat a few times. I felt uncomfortable a lot of the times. I felt sad. I was happy, obviously. It's a very emotional movie.
It was. I'll go ahead and say this because I think there are comparisons to be made of it. Do you like this movie more than Good Will Hunting?
Ooh. I don't know. I don't think so.
To me, it doesn't hit the same at all. And that's no disrespect to this movie.
Yeah.
I was really hoping it would be as good because I love Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
It's up there with one of my favorite movies ever. This is a very good movie, but something about it just doesn't strike the same chord. Again, that's not to say it's not great, because it really is. But I thought that was, I mean, of course, you know, Robin Williams is great in both of them, and serves as like a similar kind of mentor in a way to a young boy.
They were both very, the reason we're making this the reason we're distinguishing these two films against each other, distinction, is because we were either going to watch Good Will Hunting or this movie to start off our October episodes because of fall vibes and school vibes and of the such. And they are very similar. Now, Good Will Hunting might just be better because it's just so much more focused on the main characters of Matt Damon and Robin Williams, where Robin Williams is a main character of this movie, but I'd be kind of shocked to see how much screen time he has. And
I agree.
Like, I bet it would be shockingly low.
This movie was almost hard to pick out a main character.
I thought so too, and
which is cool.
It is.
I liked that.
It is cool. It because I was very interested in all the boys. Yeah. You know, there's a few subplots going on all at the same time that are given as much limelight and focus as the main plot. Well, I guess I don't even really know what the main plot would be, except it's just the journey of these boys. So all the subplots just are the main plots. But at one point I was like, oh, Knox is the main character.
Yep.
And then I was convinced that it was Todd, and I was like, no, it's definitely Neil. And then I was like, oh, I guess it is Todd. I guess it does end up being Todd in a way.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely not Robin Williams. You know,
no, it is not.
I don't think he's the lead.
I'm trying to think. Is Todd the awkward boy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He's a quiet
Just making
boy.
sure I had that right. Yeah. It's interesting. Todd is the main character, I suppose.
I think
like
so.
If you're going to pin it on somebody, that's an interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I think so. It's not that, but once again, you could, if somebody told me that it's Neil, I'd go,
yeah,
sure,
I would,
of course,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
And like if you told me it was Knox, I'd be like, nah. But I get like at one point I was like, for sure, it for sure is
him.
But even like Mr. Dalton or Charlie, I was like, this supreme side character in a movie. So
yeah,
I'll give you what I like about this movie.
Yep.
Story, A+.
Mm-hmm.
The writing, how people talk in this movie, A+. Apparently 15% of Robin Williams' lines were improvised, and there was a lot of improvisation between the boys for certain scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if like the directing of this movie is like super notable in a way.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's like that was done like super unorthodox or anything. It's pretty just clean editing, clean directing. But I'll go ahead and get into this because I found this really interesting. Because I love when movies do this. They decided, and this falls under directing, they shot this movie in chronological order because they wanted these people's relationships to kind of match the characters' relationships. So they wanted them to be like, you know, not straight. I think they even made all the boys live together 2 weeks prior to filming.
That's
to get
cool.
like some camaraderie. But they shot the scenes with Robin Williams, so they kind of like all grew close to Robin Williams like their characters did. And then by the end of the movie, you know, it was the end of the movie. So it was like emotional, like the job's over, the story's over. I can't think of like too many notable examples of times they have done that. It's really interesting. I kind of was heartbroken and confused whenever I found out that movies weren't shot in chronological order. I don't know why I assumed they would be.
Right.
But, you know, it makes sense. Like if you got a bunch of scenes in one building, you might as well just knock them all out, and then we cannot rent this building anymore. Makes complete sense. But like I've heard of like movies, they wanted people to look tired by the end of the movie, so they shot in chronological order, so that way that they were kind of like tired.
It is cool.
It's just interesting.
I like that.
Yeah,
and I can kind of see that in a way. I mean, like the characters are, of course, the spotlight of this movie. The characters and the writing, they go hand in hand.
I think so. It's very good characterization.
I think you do kind of see that like relationship build a little bit between them, because I mean, like this movie starts at the beginning of the semester. It's cool how the seasons change throughout, but like you see these boys kind of all get introduced to each other in a way, and they're all hanging out, and I don't know, it's very real in that way. And then by the end, they're like homies, they're brothers, you know. They've been through it. I was going to say, I think all the characters are great, and I don't think there's like, I think everybody did great. I do think Robin Williams did extremely good in this movie for this to be some of his like early acting, I guess.
Yeah.
Every scene that he's in, he's not in a whole lot of scenes, and I know that he's not the main character. We just discussed that, but like he's big.
He's the focal point.
He's the facilitator. Yeah.
He's getting the plot going.
He handles it excellently. He does a great job.
So much of his acting is just so subtle.
Yeah. It's so, I don't know if we get taken off of YouTube. I hate watering down my words.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, it's coming. Well, no. Okay. This is about real life Robin Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate that he, I'm just going to say it. I don't agree with it. I hate that he killed himself in real life. We could bleep it if we need to. Because man, it just like, I feel like just the legacy of Robin Williams, maybe you can just read a little bit more into these roles and stuff with that, because he really does just seem like so like sincere and endearing. And I guess that like, as we go over a greater period of time without seeing him and hearing from him and having him reflect on these roles and getting that kind of like, that kind of aspect that you get from actors as they age in their careers, it just kind of leaves something to be like, I guess you can just only assume in a way. I don't know. I don't even know if that makes sense very much, but I watched like all the YouTube videos and stuff of like, you'll see like Willem Dafoe, like Willem Dafoe's kind of reaching, he's doing great right now, but he's reaching like the twilight of his career. He probably doesn't have too much longer, and he'll go back and do like, or they'll do the YouTube videos of them like reflecting on each role that they had and where their mindset was. And like, I like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's just sad that we don't get any more Robin Williams, you know, and in any way, not only in acting roles, but we don't even get that. Like if he would have just quit acting altogether and just, you know, became a hermit, and now that we would get some of that reflection from him, we don't even have that.
No, I definitely agree. And I actually read in an article, the reason I was confused about the this article was like really posthumous, Robin Williams focused about Dead Poet Society, and it was talking about even these young boys like Ethan Hawke. Maybe he said that he could see how much pain Robin Williams had even back then,
right?
And but everybody also, it just talks about how nice of a guy he was. Like whenever they filmed this town like on site in Delaware or something, in this like small town with this school, and they were there forever. And apparently Robin Williams would just like walk around and just act like a citizen of this small town and talk to people and just be, and everybody was like, loved him. Just everybody was like, yeah. He's the man. So yeah, it just, it sucks. It's just sad. And it
is sad. And I mean, as somebody that's not like, I'm sure maybe people know my relationship with movies. I'm not like a heavy movie consumer. That's kind of the point of this podcast in a way, to begin with. Even somebody that hasn't like watched a ton of movies and like really isn't like a cinemaphile in any kind of way. Which it's probably a normie take in the same sense, to be like impacted by the Robin Williams death, which is just a tragedy either way. But I don't know. That's just always been one that's been sad to me, you know?
Yeah.
And in a way, like it's, I guess it personally impacted me more, even after, I mean, we're 11 years in now of him.
That's crazy.
Not being here. And it's just sad. Still just sad. He was a very good actor. I liked everything I've watched with him is good.
He just seemed enjoyable. Like he just seemed sincere and kind.
Yeah.
And a lot of the roles he played, like, you know, this Good Will Hunting. There's like even a weird movie where he's like a robot that slowly becomes more human. It's like really sincere. There's another one I'm thinking of. It's not Mrs. Doubtfire. It is not. I cannot think of it now, but he just, Hook. You ever watch Hook?
It's been a long time.
The Peter Pan movie. People hate Hook, but like I love it. And in it, it's just like he's like given a really emotional performance in like a dumb live action Peter Pan movie, you know?
Yep.
It's like there's just scenes where it looks like he's on the verge of tears, and it's like, man. But yeah, he's the man. He's sick.
He is the man. I didn't realize. I'm looking up his discography now. He started off his career hot, man. It truly seems like, in a way, like he hit like Dead Poets 89, Good Will Hunting 97, Miss Doubtfire was even 93. And then he's
Jumanji
had, like,
95.
Yep. But it's even kind of sad towards the end of his acting career, it seems like. Maybe I could be mistaken because I'm just doing a quick glance through. There's some, I feel like, kind of flops here in a way. Or I feel like he was getting like typecasted almost.
I bet he was.
Like there's like here 2009 World's Greatest Dad. I'm not even familiar with this movie.
That might be like a comedy stand-up.
Like, yeah, maybe so. No, it's rated R. Nope. Wow, a lot of suicide when we're for sure getting taken off YouTube. When the son of high school English teacher Lance Clayton, who is played by Robin Williams, accidentally kills himself, Clayton writes a fake suicide note to evade scandal.
I think I've heard about that movie. Yeah, well, I went to Rotten Tomatoes and sorted his movies by recency.
Yeah.
And it does kind of look like he was in just a bunch of FUDs for a while.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is just like another thing about comedians and comedians ending up taking their own life. It's just a weird thing that happens because I guess, you know, Robin Williams started out as a comic, right? Like a stand-up.
Yeah.
And I always think about like Chris Farley and
Yeah.
people of that nature. And it's just
Did Chris Farley take his own life, or he died of drugs? Correct?
drugs, yeah. But
Yeah.
you know.
Still yet. Yeah.
What a shame. We talked about it a little bit like in The Social Network, but I just love we're in full on spoiler territory now.
Yeah.
I just love school settings for movies.
Yes.
And I love school settings that I have no frame of reference for, like the Hogwarts style boarding school.
Yes.
And boarding school is such a crazy concept to me. And this movie, I think, illustrates a lot about how crazy it is. But like, I just can't imagine at the ripe age of like 13, potentially younger. Because like in the opening scene, there's like some young boys.
Oh yeah, they have like whenever they're running up the stairs at one point, they're running past children.
I just can't imagine sending my son to school that is effectively college, where it's like, I won't see you until winter break or summer break.
Yeah.
Like, that's an insane thing to do, I think, personally.
For sure.
As just like, but it's like not even that uncommon of a thing.
No.
You know?
I would be curious to know how common it is. I would be curious to know, like in real life, how much something like this costs.
Oh,
because there is, I don't have children. There is a little bit of me, not for like selfish reasons, but it would be almost cool if you could like just send your kid off, like ensure they get a great education. They're on their like they'll. Because in theory, I guess with schools like this, you should come out disciplined, well educated, with like a great path in life.
What they say, like 75% become Ivy League graduates.
Oh, I didn't even hear that. But yeah,
in
probably.
the opening speech, and like the other 25%, I'm leading to assume like they're not garbage men. You know, they
certainly not,
probably
you wouldn't think.
They probably went to college still, and probably. I mean, Ivy League is a crazy standard. So 3/4 of these people are going Ivy League and graduating. The other 25% might not graduate Ivy League and then go down to another school and then whatever, but still.
Right.
And like, of course, even I was like talking to my wife. I was like, well, you know, it does prepare them for college. But also, it does seem fun a little bit. Yeah. Like, there's aspects of it that seem fun. Like,
right.
You get to, like, live in a dorm with people that will become your friends. And, I mean, I'm sure it's not truly hell.
Even, too, to advocate for it in, like, the grand scheme of things. What these boys are doing at 17 years old is, like, mild compared to what was happening for me at 17 years old.
Right.
Almost. They're just hanging out. They're literally reading poetry in a cave, smoking a couple of cigs.
Right. Yeah.
Looking at one naked picture. The worst that's the most sin they committed.
Man,
this whole movie.
Another thing I wanted to touch on being 1989, PG rating. Not PG.
I didn't even realize
13, that. Not
anything.
Blew my mind. PG-13.
Man, this is PG?
PG, bro. PG. Wow. I also just saw that this is also considered a comedy, which is crazy.
There's no way. I saw drama on this section I saw, but if you're right, that's insane.
Right now, Google is saying comedy/drama.
Holy shit. What's funny?
I don't know.
What is funny, yo?
I mean, there's definitely parts that are funny, but it's not like
there ain't no there's humorous concepts. I didn't laugh once, truly.
man, it's just crazy to think what a PG rating was back then, because there is a centerfold shown, and you just see it,
Yeah.
which I'm not like, oh my God, it's only a
Right.
split second, but that is crazy that
Well, I mean, the themes of this movie,
the themes,
and
that's
everything
that's
to
really
not be
what I'm
PG-13.
that's what I'm really getting at, I guess
Yeah.
there's no cussing, I don't know.
I don't. Is there no cursing in this movie? There's not like one word. They didn't throw one in.
I don't know. There might
Probably
be.
not. I guess.
I guess not. I don't.
I hate that I'm ear blind to that.
Yeah, they could have been cussing the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they were saying. Now I'm really confused because now I literally don't know. They had to be throwing around some shits and dams. Now that I'm thinking
Probably
about it,
so.
but I
I
missed
just don't
all
know
of it.
how. It's crazy. You could have a whole naked picture. You can show a gun and a kid that like a blood splatter and him on the ground.
Yeah,
You're like, that's good enough for anybody to watch.
yeah, I'm just 5, 6. I don't care. Like what?
Yeah.
Take anybody to the movie.
Yeah.
I don't want my
That is
kid
funny.
to see somebody in despair like they are at the end of this
No.
movie.
Yeah. That's a heavy. I mean, like, this is a heavy movie. This movie's way heavier than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
It's funny. We're in spoiler territory, of course. It's funny, like, whenever towards the end of the movie, he got done acting. His parents, yelled at him, and and he was sitting there. He was like, "I did a good job." I had the thought. I was like, "What's he gonna do? Kill himself?" And then he did. I was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I didn't expect this movie to go in that direction."
So what put this movie on my radar? I've heard about it forever.
Yeah. Did you know it? Did you have any spoilers from this movie at all?
I saw a TikTok edit, right?
Okay.
And
Yep.
the edit doesn't show anything spoilerish, right?
Yeah.
But the song, the way it was edited and the song,
Ooh.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh God,
Something happened.
bad happens.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I was like crying watching the edit with no
Yeah.
context of the film, but I was just like putting the pieces together plus the song.
Mhm.
And I was just like, this looks absolutely dreadful. Like it looks
That was
like
how I felt.
people
like-
are in pain.
Yes. We're getting meta now. I'm talking to my buddy here, everybody watching the cast. I sent you that Fantastic Mr. Fox episode coming soon, by the way. Video. How much spoilers did that contain?
I think the scene that they're like the opening scene and the ending scene of the edit is like deep into the movie. I think, but like you're not getting too much from it.
Gotcha.
But it's just a bunch
sure.
of clips. But no, you're not going to
Okay.
get like, I don't think you'll be able to dissect the plot from the edit.
Nothing
You
from
know what
it.
I mean?
Okay, good. Yep.
So, but yeah, TikTok edits go crazy sometimes for promoting
They're
movies.
awesome.
Because
I bet if I saw a TikTok edit of this movie, it would make me sob.
I'll
potentially.
send-
I bet it would hit me harder than the movie did.
I think so, because it's like, here's 10 seconds of all the emotions that, especially after I watched it,
Yeah.
I went back and found the same edit that I got put on, and I was like, man, I left it that this is my best review of the movie, because we still haven't gotten to 2 spoilers like of the plot, but like I left this movie like, I was like, I want this whole movie tattooed on my body. There's like so many things said in this movie that like I just fell in love with this, the language used. I was like, man, just take my back and just write the screenplay on it,
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And like and then as I was thinking, there's nothing really that you could like grab from this movie to symbolize in just the tattoo. Like, I guess you could get like the DPS that's signed in the book, but even then, very niche. Might do it, but
It's fairly niche. That would be a cool tattoo, though. I know the okay. So the only thing I did get, it's not even a spoiler, but the only thing that I did get spoiled for me on this movie, I've heard the Robin Williams quote before out of context.
Yes.
The most famous quote from this movie, everybody else has probably heard it.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, being a doctor, lawyer, whatever is cool and all, but love or whatever he says, I don't remember.
Yes.
That's worth living for, basically.
Yes.
Or poetry. I don't even remember what it says, but that's the essence of the quote.
I will pull up the quote only because I'm going to bring it up later.
Yep. It is a very beautiful quote. Very, very excellent writing to it as well. This is a great, great movie. Very well written.
So fun things about this cast is Neil. He plays or he's played by Robert Sean Leonard, who is
he is indeed the oncologist from House MD.
Yes, dude.
Yep.
And whenever he's talking about med school in the beginning of this movie, I kind of was like, oh man, I'm gonna connect these.
Before what happened, I was about to pick up my phone and Google.
It's like, are these weirdly the same people?
The same universe?
Yeah. No.
I'm glad I didn't, because if I would have waited 10 more minutes.
Alternate timeline is how I feel. There's 3 timelines, I imagine, for the end of this movie. Now, one is the true ending, what happened. One's the House MD, and then the other ending is where he becomes a Shakespeare actor, which, funny enough, is apparently what Robert Sean Leonard did in IRL. He was a theater performer before he became super big into acting, and him and Ethan Hawke started like a theater program or studio in New York because they just liked classical plays and stuff so much. So
I would like to see more of him. I haven't, I'm sure he's in a lot of other things. I watched all of House potentially twice.
I didn't know
House. Big House shout out. Oh yeah. And I liked him in that as well. So this is the second
he's
thing
like
I've
my
ever
favorite
seen
character
him
in House.
Yeah, he is me as well.
He plays in a bunch of shit I've never even heard about.
What is his name again?
Robert Sean Leonard.
There he is. He's old looking now. That's sad.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's 56.
Yeah. Born in 1969.
A lot of these people are besides Ethan Hawke and Robin Williams, I don't think a lot of them went on to be much of anything.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Knox has played in something I'd recognize, but he didn't. I've looked through his all of the movies and shows, and nothing's sticking out. He just looks so, and it might just be because these people just look like such normal high school kids that I was like, I know them,
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, I thought he looked super normal in high school or in this setting.
Right.
Mr. Dalton, Charlie Dalton, the one that's kind of the most punk rock of the group. Rwanda.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he did great. I love his character. Macaulay Culkin's brother was born. It's crazy how similar I've seen him play in movies to this character. He would be my fan cast to replace this guy. He would have done amazing at it. So, this movie is so good. I was like, man, I kind of want a remake of it just to see.
It would be cool.
Just to see what
it would be.
See what they could do.
Who do you think? This is a fun theory question. Not even theory. Who do you think could replace Robin Williams today in a role like this?
Man, I don't. And so,
because I think he would be. This is my opinion. I think he would be the hardest to replace in a movie like this. I can think of probably some actors. I think if you could have this is silly maybe, but a Timothy Chalamet play Neil.
Yeah,
in this movie
I
or
was
something like that. I could see that.
I
but
was thinking
I
of
don't
like
know who
all
you would do
the
for Robin.
not the young kids in Stranger
Yeah.
Things, but like the first season teenagers, like
Mm-hmm.
Steve and Will's brother, whatever the hell his name is. I forgot.
Yeah.
Fuck that TV show.
Yeah.
Fuck that stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
But like they could have easily played Neil and Todd, and it would have worked. And then and they would have looked the age. But you're right. I have no idea, especially once I learned how much how much was improv by Robin Williams. And whenever he's reading Shakespeare in different accents of actors.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody. Like,
yeah,
he
that would
is
be
absolutely strangle killing this part of the role, you
Yeah.
know?
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. There was a lot of people they had a lot of people lined up to play this movie, and they even had a different director at one point before Robin Williams was on it. And whenever he got on it, for some reason he was like, I can't work with that guy. So they switched directors to keep Robin Williams because Disney really wanted Robin Williams, apparently. Good call, I think. But there was like some, I'll find it real quick because it's actually pretty interesting.
I'd be curious to see it.
I remember one, so Mel Gibson had turned it down. I just can't see.
No, I can't.
Mel.
I almost can't perceive that.
Liam Neeson, once again, I just can't.
Interesting.
Yeah, really interesting, but I just can't see it. But Dustin Hoffman was attached to star and possibly direct originally. And I think he could have maybe done it. I
could see that kind of.
But yeah, I have no clue who could have done it.
No.
Besides him. Or like now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one because like I feel like there's not many actors that can kind of.
I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time thinking of an actor that's like over 50 right now.
Yeah.
That's like that would fit in this, you know?
Yep. Hold up real quick. I'm gonna do a podcast first. Request a pause.
Okay.
I gotta piss. I have to piss so severely bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking. You know, funny enough, I was thinking about how like I can't think of somebody old. He wouldn't be old for this role. But
right.
I bet somebody that's just really good could do it. Like I'd like to see Matt Damon do it.
That would be interesting.
Even though he would be very old compared to 37, but he doesn't look very old. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. I'm almost blanking on actors right now that could.
I went through a lot. Like, if I could
just
retroactively think about it, take their age out of the equation, like a Tom Hanks, like a young Tom Hanks, maybe.
Yeah. There is something to it, like somebody that can just play because again, it isn't a comedy. There's nothing, but like it's like lighthearted but serious at the same time. Like you can just feel it in that way.
Is this something we've lost as years gone on with like movies? I feel like movies used to be like the genre would not be funny or a comedy. The genre is not comedy, but there can be funny parts of the movie, like
right.
Like Ghostbusters. I think there's like funny parts in like Back to the Future. Just there's a lot of old movies that I think are funny, but they're not a comedy. But there's funny parts.
We definitely don't have that as much anymore.
There's funny parts in like Jurassic Park where people like almost tell jokes, and like in Jurassic World, it's just such an action movie. And if there is a funny part in it, it's like, this is a joke. Look at the joke. Where in old movies, they kind of just, the characters could just be like their personality was funny.
Yeah. I think the closest we got to that, I guess, is the stupid, I don't know, little quips in Marvel movies. I don't know.
No, I think that's the opposite almost.
Yeah. Well, I don't even thank God. I don't know. I do enjoy the Marvel movie occasionally.
I do too.
I won't act like an elitist, but yeah, I definitely know what you mean. Like you can have that. There was just something that was more endearing about older cinema. I feel like, to where like it is noticeable. It's noticeable that it's different. Like as soon as you turn this movie on, you can kind of tell what era this is from.
Mm-hmm.
Not only like the quality of it, just the energy that it gives off. And we are just missing that now.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like it's a lot more timeless, I guess.
I think so.
Because there's so many movies that I watch today, and I'm like, I don't know how these are going to last. This came out in '89. I don't know how these are going to last for 20 to 30 more years, you know?
I think this movie is even set in like the 1950s. And like,
yeah, I guess it is because the cars are, yeah.
And I
didn't think about that.
I can't really tell per se.
No.
50s, maybe 60s. I'm not entirely sure, but
yeah,
it definitely doesn't feel. There's nothing about it strictly that dates it.
Right.
Besides like obviously the lack of like seeing technology, but
yeah,
as we're kind of shown in the movie, technology is banned at the school no matter what. Like they can't even have radios.
Making the radio.
So yeah, I had no idea going into this movie what it was going to be about, and then the opening ceremony, I was like, oh, this is going to be a serious movie for a long time. I thought these like, so I was really happy whenever we got to see our group of characters shut the door, immediately bust out a cig, start talking shit about the establishment.
I was pumped on that.
Cause I also do love like the establishment vibe sometimes, like when there's like, we stand for truth, honor, and wisdom, or that's the four pillars, and like immediately they're like, what's the four pillars? And it's like one of them shit, like excrement, you know. And I was like, they're just making a mockery of it, and I was like, okay, they already got, because I thought it was gonna be like these people are gonna be like stiff sticks up their ass. Robin Williams gonna come in, completely soft them up. But no, it's like these are already like a rebellious group of boys.
Yep.
I enjoyed that. But yeah, them just busting out the cigs. Hated this motherfucker's dad from scene one. Because Neil is just such a sweet. All these little boys immediately, I care for them so much.
Rooting for them.
I just can see so much of their personality. So, you know, when his dad came in, I was like, you're off of whatever yearbook or editorial or whatever, whatever. And he's like, but father, and he's like, excuse us, and he's like, don't you ever contradict me or dispute me in public. He's like, well, father, I was, and I was like, man,
no wiggle room at all. Yeah,
fuck this guy. And then them going through their classes of just it just looks like it sucks. It just put me back into like
bad.
Yeah, just like, here's boring gas chemistry. All the teachers are just way too old. You know, homework is due immediately.
Yeah,
first day.
I don't know if you could relate to this. This is part of this movie, I guess. I would have. This movie would have scared me if I would have watched it as a child. Because I would have been like, this is what high school is going to be like.
Oh my God,
being a kid and feeling that way. I was scared of growing up because I was like, 20 questions due tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or like,
And they're all just like, ugh. Learning Latin? My God.
That's crazy.
My God. Then we get to Robin Williams' class, and this is just like the subtleties of his acting. He smirks a lot in this movie. And it's good acting, because he's just like, I know how stupid this shit is. They call it, the school's called Welton, I think. They call it Helton. And hilarious. Just and
awesome.
I love that Robin Williams immediately, he was like, now remember, I went to Helton. Like, he is in on it, you know?
Yeah.
And just this opening scene with him as the teacher, like taking them into the hallway, and they're just like so conformed already.
Stiff.
They're just like, they think it's weird that they're like, he's like, no, come on. Like, I'm serious. Follow me.
Yep.
And they go out to look at this is like a very powerful, like a very, this is some shit to be teaching some kids in high school. Like, look at all these people that are dead, and they're just, you just walk by them every day. And, just him teaching them carpe diem. And once again,
out of the gate,
I wish I had this whole, you know, pick ye flowers while ye can, you know?
Yeah.
And, he's like, this phrase is, another phrase, you know, he's using the phrase carpe diem, but he's saying it this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just teach them about seizing the day, and, them leaning in, him whispering. Now this actually, I'm full of shit earlier. This directing is really cool. Like how it's like the slow pans on these black and white photos and like switching between them. And it's haunting, and it's a little creepy because he's like whispering, but it's like immediately getting these boys' heads infatuated. And,
right.
We're deep enough in this podcast now. I am so glad I did not watch this movie in high school. I would have gotten groomed even farther than what what I did.
You certainly would have.
I know, bro.
Dude, I know what you mean. I can.
I would have been up on the desk. Oh, Captain, my captain, when they were dragging him out, dude.
Certainly, dude. That's so funny.
Yeah, I would have been way too influenced by this movie if I was in high school, man. So it's probably a great thing. This should not be a PG rating. Maybe don't watch this until you are older than this, you know?
You're out of the situation. Your teacher don't care about you. Don't listen.
And you know, we don't do notes anymore on the podcast because we stopped being stiff. So I might mix up some things here. So
Who cares? Watch the movie.
The next interesting part is like this dude's like intrigued him so much they're like tracking down his yearbook, right?
His yearbook, yeah.
And just like because you want to know something about something, I get that so much, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, there's like some interesting stuff about it. They deduce that he was like a hellraiser, and I don't know. There's something in it that alluded to that, and he got voted like most likely to do anything.
Yeah, that was really funny.
That is really
most
funny.
Likely to do anything.
And of course, his clubs is the Dead Poets Society.
Wasn't he like I could be wrong. Was he like valedictorian too or something like that as well, or no?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember.
I can't remember now. It'd be crazy if he was.
Yeah.
So that leads them to track him down. I think this the scene I'm going to talk about next was before this, but who cares? They track him down, and in the original scene, he's like, "Hey, I'm Mr. Keating, but if you're more daring, you can call me, oh Captain, my captain," you know. And so they're following him through the courtyard, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Keating," and he won't answer him. And then Neil says, "Oh, Captain, my captain," and he just turns around. It's just funny, and he kind of tells them about the Dead Poet Society. He gives them a little introduction
inkling
to
of it.
Yeah, and they're just like, "Fuck yeah, man! This is what we've been waiting for."
What's up?
Neil is immediately like, at first, going through the movie, this movie deserves a rewatch, I think, because
I think I was gonna say the same thing. I think I would really appreciate it even more on a rewatch.
just their characters and how much their characters developed. Because Neil just there's so much to him, but there's now looking back, I'm like, man, he was infatuated. Like this really spoke to him, just being able to like think for himself, think outside the box, and this little bit of rebellion, it just really spoke to him, because he's like, oh, I'm all for it, and we gotta do this. We gotta go to the Indian cave tonight. And I thought all that was
all in.
I thought that was awesome.
Yep. I completely agree. It was cool to see. I think this movie would definitely benefit from a rewatch, because it was hard to tell who to kind of focus on in a way. And I think there is a lot of little nuance like that. So maybe it's a little good directing there.
Yeah.
There's a little nuance I think you could miss on the first watch, especially without doing what we're doing now. If you are only going to watch it once and kind of like reflecting
And then
back
not
on
talk about it with anybody.
Yeah.
I feel like funny enough, man, I swear, as soon as we like click end on the podcast and I go lay in my bed, I'm like, damn, there's 50 other things I wanted to talk about. But I would just not never, but I just wouldn't think about it if I just didn't have somebody to talk to about it.
Yeah.
Another scene I love, just because I love the implication of it, is whenever they're going over like the first chapter of their book, and it's like how to appreciate poetry.
I love this so much, this whole scene here.
And there's
one of my favorite scenes of the movie.
There's like a fucking bar graph. And Robert
Kids
Williams
are copying it down.
Yeah, copied it down. And they're just like, okay, to them, this is like, immediately I was like, how the fuck do you grade art like this in any capacity, And because he was like talking about like Shakespeare, he's like, it'd be really high in this category, but really low in importance, and it's like, how do you define importance?
Who are you to say?
Yeah. And the kid writing it down, and then Robert Williams being like, I think that's excrement. And the kid just like, fuck. And just I've done that so many times in college classes, like the teacher being on a huge tangent and then being like, all that's nonsense. Just so don't even take note of that. I'm like, damn, man.
God.
Yeah. And just them ripping the pages out. And he's like, nah, for real, dude. Rip that shit out.
Rip that out.
I'm not joking. And
the whole introduction.
This was another good thing that because he's a wanderer. He's a teacher that wanders. So he goes back in his like also, is his like bedroom attached to his classroom?
I don't know.
Because like that door, I see like a sink, right? Yeah. And then I saw them drinking tea there one time. I don't know what it is. That's also some Harry Potter shit. Because like in the Defense Against the Dark Arts, the Defense Against the Dark Arts room, if you go up the steps, there's the office there. I think that's just where they live. Yeah. And that's badass. I think that'd be awesome.
Even later in the movie, whenever Neil goes to his living quarters or his office, he's like, they don't give y'all much room around here. I don't remember where exactly he went to, or if it kind of explained that out.
Right, yeah.
Any little bit.
That's probably just in his classroom, I guess.
Probably is.
Which is cool. That's so cool.
Sick.
But
awesome.
So the kids are ripping the pages out, and the other teacher comes in like, what the hell are y'all doing? And Mr. Keating comes out. I'm gonna just call him Captain. Captain comes out, and he's like, oh, I'm here. And it sets up a really fun dynamic between these two people.
Yeah.
So much so, like one of my biggest complaint about this movies is that I do just want more of it. And just to see
I agree.
Like, I saw that this movie, this is really cool. I love this. This movie got turned into a book in like 2006.
Wow.
So it's like and they call it, it's like a
I
reverse
bet that's
adaptation.
great.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm going to probably buy it. That'll be the postcast for today, is us on Amazon looking up, trying to find this book.
Looking up.
And, cause I mean, I just want this
bet that's
movie
awesome.
longer just for the character dynamics and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot more like exposition I want there. Because I mean, you could have infinite. I mean, there's so much that you could have there, and it would be fucking sweet, succulent nectar almost for the story of this. And I get it because this movie is at a 2-hour runtime, and the last 30 minutes of that 2 hours is even. It's not hurried, but it is hurried compared to the pacing of the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
So that would be awesome. I love in this scene too. You get to see that dynamic with Robin Williams, and he's unashamed of his teaching style too. Because I was a little bit worried about that. Whenever the other teacher or professor came in, I was like, shit, he's been caught. You know, like he's gonna have to clam up here.
I thought so
and
too.
He didn't at all, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like sooner for him to get shit on.
Yep.
It eventually happens, but it's not. It just didn't happen nearly as much as I thought it was, because I thought it was going to be like School of Rock. Funny enough, where they're like, "This is very unorthodox. You're going to have to get this approved by the board," and then he kind of has to be secretive about it.
I thought that was what a lot of this movie would be. I
thought it was going to be like the teacher is super secretive about all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's not like that at all. And so, but I love this. This is almost, I'm pretty sure this is the Latin professor, I think.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Now, you know, Latin is this is interesting because like it shows that they, like, next scene they're talking, and you know, his name's McAllister, and he's like, you know, that was pretty weird what you was doing, and he was like, oh, I just encourage people to be free thinkers, and he's like, at 17, I got the script pulled up so I don't mess this up because I thought this was great. He's like, oh, I never pegged you as a cynic. And McAllister, being a Latin professor, not science, mathematics, not, you know, he's a part of the humanities and the romantics too, you know, like, cause why learn Latin, you know?
Right.
What's it? Yeah. What's it for? It's, you know, in the vein of like, if you want to be a lawyer or like a banker or, you know, the best accountant in the world, you know, like, do you need to be fluent in Latin? No.
Yeah.
Same way he was like kind of saying like about poetry, you know, like why even bother? And McAllister, he says some poetry. He's like, I'm not a cynic, I'm a realist. And he quotes, show me the heart unfettered by foolish dreams, and I'll show you a happy man. And he says it as if he's quoting somebody. I don't know if he is, but the way he said it, I'm pretty sure he's quoting somebody. And the following dialogue, Keating says, but only in their dreams can man be truly free. 'Twas always thus, and always thus will be. And McAllister's like, Tennyson says like a poet's name, and Keating says, no, Keating. And it's like he's came up with his own bullshit, and I was like, sick.
That's
and
awesome.
they like each other, and throughout the movie it shows that they're kind of on board with each other, like because like there's a couple of reoccurring scenes of them like hanging out, and you know, in the end they give like a farewell glance to each other. So I just thought that was sick.
That's cool. That is cool. I didn't pick up on that as much. I know the quote. I don't think I picked up on as much of that relationship as you're mentioning. This watch of the movie would be very interested in seeing more of that.
Yeah, I hope the book has like 3 more of their conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be
Just like
awesome.
another page of them talking would be worth so much.
Yeah,
And
I completely agree.
skipping around. So Keating, we'll get into like the fan theories at the end, or like our analysis of the ending at the end. But it seems like Keating puts his copy of basically the Dead Poet Society handbook in Neil's room or something. You know, how did he get the book?
Yes.
Can you remember? You know
I
what I'm
don't.
talking about?
Yes, it just showed up.
It just showed up, right?
Yeah.
And he opened it up and it had like the opening quote they said at the beginning of every meeting, and it had Keating's name in it. It had the DPS and a little symbol, right? So then Neil's like, "Hot shit, man! We are in it now. We can have the meeting." And they go out there, and I love how clumsy it is doing it for the first time. Because like this would just be I just love this because it is very awkward. You know, it's like we're gonna go sit in a cave and read poetry.
Yeah,
I don't get
Super
it.
spooky, by the way. Get into the cave.
Oh yeah. Oh, I loved that scene.
Awesome.
Them escaping the school, throwing the treats for the dogs. All this is just like I was eating it up. That's why I told you. I was like, yeah, Bobby asked me, he texted me, he's like, what do you think about it? And I said, you'll know within 10 minutes how I feel about this movie. Cause like immediately I was like, oh, this shit is good.
It was really good. Awesome.
You know, and even though it's showing Todd throughout this movie being like shy and stuff, Neil is just such a good friend and a good roommate. He's like, you coming? And he's like, nah, man, that's lame as hell. Actually, I don't want to do that. And he's like, come on, man,
you're coming.
I want you to do it. Yeah, you got to. He's like, no, because, and this is just, these people are just so bounded by rules. So like this Dead Poet Society, this is, for all intents and purposes, it's just kids playing pretend at first, right?
Right.
Todd is like, no, Keaton said everybody has to read and I don't want to, so I can't come. And he's like, motherfucker,
don't read
we're
then.
making the rules. Like,
right.
It's like, you can still come. You don't have to, like, we're not going to like hold you at gunpoint to do anything. And I just thought it's like, they're just so bound by rules and authority that he's like, I literally can't come. I don't want to read. So why I'm not allowed to do it. And it's like, who says? And it's just great characterization, and it's really good for the plot. And it's just, that's kind of funny because Neil's like, basically tells him like, no, you're stupid. You're coming anyway.
Right.
But yeah, I like how awkward it is. I like how Mr. Dalton, Charlie Dalton, he's immediately like, he loves this shit. And he loves Keaton as the teacher, and he writes poetry for the first meeting to read. And he pulls it out on a centerfold just to show like this dude is not bound by the rules of of Helton, you know? Yeah. And it just looks so fun because eventually, as the meeting goes on, they're like, I get it, and they start chanting and having a good time.
It was cool. It's really nice kind of. I mean, nothing super crazy happens. I was kind of waiting on that. Like whenever they were, I was just kind of. This movie's cool because I was a little bit, not completely on the edge of my seat with this scene, but I was kind of waiting on something to happen. Like they were sneaking out of the school. I was waiting on something to happen. They made it to, it was a little bit spooky. They made it to the cave. I was waiting on something to happen. And you just get like a good, endearing little piece of content here. And you get to watch it unfold, and it is kind of awkward. And that's kind of the beauty of it first and how they do. It's cool that like, even out of the gate too, you were mentioning the relationship between Neil And I'm so sorry. The awkward kid's name, is he Todd?
Todd, yeah.
Todd. You get to see the relationship between Neil and Todd, and he's immediately out the gate like, "Yep, Todd's not reading, so he's keeping the minutes." That's just it. Like I thought that was cool.
Have you ever had to keep minutes?
No, they do that. Little work talk here. They do that shit at work. I don't get that. What's the point of keeping meeting minutes?
Just to so you can refer back to them.
I mean, okay, yeah, I get that, I guess, but like, I don't ever volunteer for it because I'm like, come on now, you can't read the clock.
Well, I think it's like, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. We have teams meeting, a little meta talk here. We got teams meetings, right?
Minutes,
and
even though I get okay, so I don't think it has anything to do with time. It's like, it just means keeping notes.
No, it's all about time where I work at.
I don't think so. I think you're misunderstanding. Okay. Because but for my example is I was in student government and I was in a fraternity. We kept minutes for both. Okay. And I don't know who did it in student government. It was like somebody, but we referred to that in our fraternity as paper bitch, because like there's only 4 roles. You had president, vice president, treasurer, and paper bitch. I don't know what else it was called, but that was just one of the things you had to do was keep minutes at the meetings, and you just took notes of what we talked about. So that way, like if we were like, we're gonna do homecoming practice on this date and then do this, they had to like they were responsible
for that.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's what I'm assuming. Somebody, like if you're at a work meeting and they're like, hey, we have a deadline coming up, they're writing down so and so brought up we have a deadline,
that makes
this is
way
the
more
date.
sense.
So it was said, so nobody can be like, nobody told me. It's like, no, this person took attendance and it was said. That's I don't know why it's called taking minutes. Keeping minutes or whatever.
That don't happen at my work though.
Right.
Don't.
But that's what he's doing in the movie. So
you know who I work for, baby. There's got to be someone. Anyway,
I can't think of what happens next. Just can't.
I know they make it back. They sneak back in. Nothing else happens. Go to bed. Wake up. The next day isn't. No, that's not when they make their own poem. I remember they're in class the next day because I thought there'd be some sleepy boys, but no, they're all pretty much.
I thought so too, because this might have been whenever they. I don't know.
I think the next scene we do see them in is back in Rob Williams' class.
I think so too. I'm gonna pull up the script just to check.
I'm excited for you to have the script up because I really do. It's around this time, roundabout, that Todd gives his little poetry. That's another fantastic scene in this movie.
Amazing scene.
And I really want to know what his poem is, because I know it kind of, he has to coax it out of himself.
Well, it showed. So like the assignment they get is the next class day might be when they're standing on the desk and jumping off of it, or something like that.
Maybe so.
Because this is probably around the time, if I'm remembering correctly, whenever Knox is he goes and has dinner with the Dudleys. I don't remember, the Dundersons or some shit. And Chris, the girl, answers the door, and I think there's a lot of just hanging out in this movie, which is really sick.
There is.
And
I didn't expect this to work out at all, by the way. Spoilers.
What do you mean?
This all works out perfectly with Chris.
Oh my God.
I never expected this shit to go well.
Okay, so like I told you, I had the TikTok to go off of, and I was like, this dude is killing himself. Because I was like, I know somebody's killing himself. I went, it is gonna be this dude. As the movie was going on, I went, it is going to be him, bro. There's no way it ain't.
Especially once he says it too.
Yes, I was
in
like,
the Dead Poets meeting.
I
He's
was
like, if I can't have her, I'll kill myself.
yeah, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
There's no point of living. And it's like a girl you
Yep.
saw for 6 seconds. I love that.
I've been there before, man.
Yeah, I know.
I feel it.
We even said that when we was watching it because I was like, imagine being in the school and like that happened, and Shelby's like, that'd be Bobby. Because he's riding his bike with his sweater tied around him. She's like, that's exactly what Bobby would be doing. He was,
Yeah.
yeah, I love the hanging out in this movie because like it's just like, see, this is why I think boarding school is kind of cool because like they're just in like a big room. Some people's like making a radio. Some people are actually studying, and then like Charlie's smoking a cig, and just it looks like
hating on
fun.
boarding schools at first.
Well, I just can't imagine sending my beloved son to one. You know, it's like
let him go.
I'll
man.
see you 2 weeks out of the year, and it's like
you got golf to play or something.
I guess you got money like that. You got other shit to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, they bring up, he's like, yeah, I gotta go have dinner at this place. And they're like, damn, that's lame. He's like, yeah, they're probably gonna be like 95 years old. And it's like, beautiful girl answers the door. The family looks fun and nice. And it's like,
my gorgeous angel.
Yeah, it seems like he had a really enjoyable time. And he comes back and he's immediately like, I met the most beautiful girl in my life. It's awful. And they're like, this is hilarious because they don't see girls. They're like, what do you mean it's awful? And he's like, she's practically engaged to some dickhead. And he's like, they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I love
it's fun.
Oh, it's the funnest
awesome.
thing. It's the funnest subplot ever, man.
Yep.
And it plays so much into like the poetry. And then like the next scene with the poetry was like the one of the most famous quotes of this movie, like we talked about, is he's like, you know, why, you know, what is the point of language? And somebody's like, you know, whatever, I don't remember. He's like, no, it's to woo women, and they're all think it's funny. And he's like, no, huddle up. And just love that. Just like, get in here. We got to talk. We're having boy talk now. And he's like, you know, math, science, history, engineering, lawyer, doctors, that's fine. But, you know, poetry, romance, love, this is what he says, like, this is all the stuff that makes life possible. He's like, this is all the reasons to be alive for the arts, you know? And that just plays so good into like the way this movie is written and directed. It's like this boy's in love. And it's like, this is why love is sick, dude. And this is why poetry is sick. And I love that even one of the quotes is like, we don't do poetry because it's cute. We're doing it, you know, for the bitches. Which, you know, most famous poetry, that is pretty on point, pretty true.
The women do love it.
Women do love it. I thought this is cutting back. You know, they don't know what to do in this cave. They just start telling scary stories. That was just fun.
That was cool. Yeah.
God,
the classroom dynamic is so cool. Whenever they're huddled up, the quips he gives them. That's nice about this movie.
Yeah, it's really,
again just endearing.
This made me want to like go buy a poetry book.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
it made me want a mentor, dude. I need somebody to I need somebody to tell me what's up, dude. I feel like I'm missing it.
Tell me some secrets I don't know about.
Yes.
Yeah. This did leave me like you know, as much as like a PG movie can, that should be rated PG. But like, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should seize the day. Maybe I should, you know, get my brain thinking on some stuff.
Yep.
I mean, not so much now, because like I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I don't need I don't need somebody to tell me to get it figured out. But like, I was putting my place in these people's shoes, and it's like, you know, to be in this hellscape of like having your whole life planned out to you by semester, you know, it's like each one of these kids have like the next 10 years of their life quarterly mapped out and expectations. It is nice for somebody to come in and be like, y'all are,
Think for yourself a little bit.
yeah, you're missing the forest for the trees and stuff. And
again, I am glad with that too, that these kids weren't just complete sticks in the mud. I'm glad they went in that direction.
yeah, I'm glad like
I'm not gonna lie, I expected this movie to be a little cringe.
yeah.
I don't know if you anticipated that. I did a little bit.
I did.
I went into it with thinking like these kids, especially once I saw the beginning, and I'm glad it squashed that immediately, like you said. But I thought these kids was gonna be sticks, and then Rob Williams was gonna have these secret little meetings with them, and
It was
that was like that's the worst version of how this movie could have turned out.
Yes.
And they just didn't even go in that direction.
Yeah, I agree. Like if it was like a true kids movie, like he brought like
Right.
sunshine and rainbows with him whenever he walked, you
Yes.
know, it's
Yep.
way more nuanced than that. And
Yep.
because like all these characters, you know, because like Neil, even from the beginning, you can tell he's like he handles his life. He does handle it the worst. You know, he hates how conformed he is. Todd is just so anxious, and he's also in his big brother's shadow that he just doesn't even feel like he can
Everything.
compare.
Yep.
Charlie's like already punk rock. He thinks this shit's bullshit anyway. And then like the other minor character, like, and then Knox, he has, you know, this love priority, which
I
is
need to
good.
look up Charlie. I can't picture Charlie's head for some reason.
He's like the
or
emo
face.
one. That's how I thought of him. He had like the black hair.
Okay, yeah. I keep getting Charlie and Knox mixed up, I guess.
And then like the next two people, it's like Pitts and Meeks. You know, they're just kind of spazzes, and there's even a kid named Spaz, funny enough. But just seeing all these characters is really. I lost my train of thought hard as hell. Like I don't even know what the hell we're talking about. Meta talk. Q. I need my line read.
Nope.
I think the next important thing. So like we're setting up. They set up Knox love story side plot.
Yep.
They set up Neil trying out for this play side plot.
Yes.
And this was really good. Todd and Neil dynamic, because Todd is just so beaten down. He's like, what are you doing, dude? Like, your dad's gonna kill you. He's gonna not let you do it. And Neil's like, I'm not gonna tell him, you know, or who cares? And eventually he's like, whose side are you on, bro? Like, why are you giving me such a hard time? Why can't you just be happy for me that he's like, I've not even auditioned yet, and you're already like, it's like the
Dogging on me.
opposite of counting your chickens or counting your eggs before they hatch, counting your chickens before they hatch. Like Todd is like counting the deaths before they even went and got the eggs. And he's like, man, you're really bumming me out. And he kind of like, I was just waiting for Todd to kind of grow a backbone at that point in the movie. And then shortly after, we get the scene of them
it does come. Yep.
reading his poetry. Because like as soon as it's assigned, you know, he's like, we know that he doesn't want to do this.
Yeah.
And the movie even
this
goes
exact thing.
Yeah, the movie even goes out to even tell you if you missed it, you know, because Robin Williams is like, and Todd, I know that this is going to mess with your head majorly, but You know, you got it, big dog. And it shows him taking it very seriously. Because like he's
potential curse word here. I'm pretty sure the exact quote is I know this scares the hell out of you.
Sure, if we're gonna, yeah, we'll count that as a curse word.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm about to do a curse word search on the script here in a little bit.
You should.
But you know, it's not like I was actually shocked whenever he's like, I didn't write one, because I've seen you write 50, bro. You know, he was on his notebook and ripping them up, and you've been
writing them. Baby.
You've been going to the poetry meetings. I know you got something cooking up, dude. And I'm glad we got to see multiple poems before his.
Yes,
because Knox's a little short love poem.
Sick.
A little, you know, like also, this is just like one of those things. I don't know if you remember in high school. I remember even being in speech class in high school, or English in classroom, or in high school, and like having to read stuff out loud. It is, and I was Todd for about 16 years of my life, by the way. Like I felt exactly like this. Very relatable to Todd.
Right.
And but like I remember like people just be reading shit, and of course people in the back of the class like lame, laughing. You suck, you know. And this dude's writing a love poem about this girl he met, and people are just like, this shit sucks. And then I'm glad it shows this one kid. He gets up and he's like, the cat sat on the mat, and it sits back down.
That's it.
And I went, damn, this dude wrote the shit out. Like, this is like super realistic to me, you know?
Yeah.
And
I'm glad Captain didn't spaz here. I thought Captain was going to spaz on this kid.
I thought so too for a little bit. And then
I didn't think he was going to like freak on him. But
I was waiting for him to be like, you failed to anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. That's what,
to just be like a strict teacher for a second. It's like, well, you get a 0 for this assignment, you know?
Right.
And no, he's even like, you know, hey man, here's some words of encouragement, and like your poem's simple, but sometimes simple poems can rock, you know?
Yep.
And you want me to try and find like what Todd says? His
yeah, I would love to hear this, because this is a super cool scene, of course. You see Robin Williams, it's almost like he's picking on him in a way, but you can tell that he sees something in Todd almost. Clearly Todd's the main character, but he does see something in him, and he wants to like bring that out in a way. This scene's super sweet, and I keep saying endearing, but I do just feel like this is a very endearing movie.
Okay. I found it because, and I had to use the keyword Walt because I know they said Walt. So he's like, I didn't do it. I didn't write a poem, blah, blah, blah. And, I was like, how's he gonna get it out of him?
Yeah.
And, I love how he did it. This is a great scene. And, he writes down this nonsense of like, I sound my barbaric yarp over the rooftops. And he's making them yop. Is it yop? Yarp? Yop.
YAWP, I think.
Yeah. Yop. And he's pestering him. He pesters it out of him to get it out of him. Yep. And then getting him to close his eyes. So you want to see like so like at first he says imagine him, what do you see? He's like, a madman. What kind of madman? A crazy madman. Nah. You can do better than that. Blah, blah, blah. Free up your mind. And he said a sweaty toothed madman. And he's like, that's when he's like, good God, boy, there is a poet in you. And now close your eyes. And he says, a sweaty toothed madman with a stare that pounds my brain. Hands reach out and choke me. And all this time he's mumbling. What's he's mumbling? Mumbling truth. Truth is like a blanket that's always leaves your feet cold. You push it, you stretch it, it'll never be enough. You kick at it, beat it, it'll never cover any of us. From that moment we enter crying to the moment we leave dying, it will just cover your face as you wail and cry and scream. So it really sick, especially you know, to be off the dome. Or maybe he had wrote this prior, but
maybe that was what he had written. Yeah,
maybe, but
regardless,
this is like a really good poetic of him explaining how he feels, you know, that he is just so scared and reserved, and his blanket is covering his face as you wail and cry and scream, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then I loved that Captain says, don't you forget this, you know.
And he's happy about it.
He is happy about it. And then after this, he's more out of his shell. Not as much as I want him to be by the end of the movie.
No, still not completely by any means.
Until the very end of the movie, but
yes,
a little bit too late in my, you know, a little bit too little, a little bit too late. So this movie's great, y'all. Just, you know, watch it. I'm gonna skip a lot. You probably.
It really is a good movie. I have a hard time. This is a tough movie. I feel like scene by scene breakdown.
It is,
because I know like there's 3 things that happen in the movie basically.
Yeah.
And every bit of filler is fantastic. What do you got in your head next?
Well, the next thing that I think is important is
the girl. Chris and the party.
Yeah, he calls and she's like,
calls her.
I was thinking about you. You should come to this party. And, you know, they're like, I love this because they're like, well, you know, you're not going with her. And he's like, of course, because her boyfriend's going to be there. And then he's like, then why are you so happy about it? He's like, because she was thinking about me.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, this
dude's freaking me out the whole movie almost.
The whole movie. I was like imagining a Carrie situation. I thought they were
I don't know if I know what you're referring to.
Carrie is a very famous Stephen King novel and movie where this weird girl is made prom queen just for them to dump pig's blood on her head, and it awakens her psychic powers and she kills everybody. But what I mean by Carrie is I thought something nice is going to happen to this person, and it's actually a big ruse to shit on them, you know? And I was really worried about that because I was like, man, they're going to eat this prep school pussy up, and, you know, they're going to really like ruin his life at this party. And they kind of... just how he's like at the party and like these 2 dudes are like making him drink. He gets drunk immediately. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be bad. And
bad.
The whole time they were on the couch and he sees that the girl he loves is sitting there and he like puts her head on his lap. I was like, no, bro. Don't.
Bad.
Please don't. This is like, I was cringing. And he kisses her forehead.
Bad.
I was like, dude. And I thought this was going to be way crazier. I was like, no way this will ever work out for this dude.
Yeah.
This was the point where I was like, if he doesn't kill himself, then I don't know how anybody would.
I don't know.
You know? See a ghost?
No, something just fell in my house. I don't know what that was.
It's a snake, dude.
I probably was. It scared the hell out of me. I think Isabel probably dropped her phone or something in the room. It's okay.
So yeah, he immediately gets the shit beat out of him. And
the maiden defends his honor.
Maiden does defend his honor, which
I'll give it to him. He's an idiot.
but there's hints
But it's
there.
working.
Yeah, there's like
Yep.
it's getting it's way more reciprocal than I thought it would ever be.
Yeah.
You know, so he's got that going for him. So then the next important part, I think, is Neil gets the part of Puck for the play, and he forges the letter to his dad, or from his dad to the dean, I guess. I don't know. The headmaster, the person in charge. And everything is kind of just looking up.
Yeah. And even then, whenever he's forging letter, Todd's still, is it still Todd next to him that's being a big pussy still?
Yes, dude. Todd is like, you are crazy, man. Like, there's no way. Like there's no way this is going to work out. And then another big moment, I think, and apparently this was way different in the script. And this was improvised by the boys. The boys, Neil and Todd, Ethan Hawke, and Leiden, I think his name is. It's whenever Todd gets his birthday gift, and it's the same exact thing he got last year.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the fun fact of like what this scene originally was going to be. But it was the boys that's like, no, they should just throw it away. And they wrote all this dialogue for this part. And it's really good. I liked how Neil cheers him up.
This was a nice scene. Yeah.
And cause like, man, this is like the point of my negatives of boarding school. It's like they sent their second son here. They obviously don't care about him. They sent him the world's lamest birthday gift.
Yeah.
And not only is it the world's lamest birthday gift, they sent it to him twice, you know?
Yeah.
And one of the funniest lines in this whole movie is Neil saying, you know, if I ever were to buy one twice, this one probably would be it. And then when he throws it away, he's like, I wouldn't worry too much. You'll probably get it again next year.
Next year.
That was all really good. Yeah. Now I can't remember like the exact order of this, but I think Neil gets confronted by his father, and that was like the next big moment to me.
Yeah, that does indeed happen.
There's a lot of like we're just
confronted and just says basically don't do you can't do the play.
Do it, yeah.
There's a little bit of more cattiness to it. And again, Neil being like sweet. He's just a good kid, you know, and his dad just not giving a fucking inch to him.
He's like
just sucking.
And like, man, the play's tomorrow.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care if the world ends tomorrow. You're not doing
this is just
play.
So unreasonable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, just let him do it.
His grades are still good. That wasn't even a point in there. He's like, got all A's. I'm doing the play.
A's. Yeah.
It's like, what more do you want then?
What more do you want?
You know?
And it's like, this is like bad parenting. Because obviously he's made a commitment and now people are relying on him.
Right.
You can't do this to people.
Be the quitter. Yeah.
Also, this isn't like it's like a kindergarten play where the parents are showing up
right
out of obligation. Like this, it's like a huge thing. They like sell out a theater for money, production, you know?
Yep.
And around this time also, Knox goes to Chris's high school.
Yes, and brings her flowers.
And reads poetry to her. And I was like,
hey, dude, quit.
Yeah, stop, dude. Stop. If I would have been a bad friend, I guess. Because I would have been like, you're crazy. You're stupid.
Yeah.
And like, this is bad. This is bad for the brand, man. Because like,
I can't believe it worked out for him, dude.
Can't believe it. But even like when he first gets there, she's very sweet to him. She pulls him to the side and they have like a talk.
Right.
And and I was like, that's better than anything you could have hoped for. But
Yep.
going into the classroom to read her poetry in front of everybody, which, hey, like super brave of him.
Big ups to him, I guess.
Big ups to him. And I love
Big balls.
that. I do love for his character, especially to say, like, if I can't have her, I might as well just die. To go to like, they're like, well, how'd she react? And he's like, she didn't say anything. I mean, she probably didn't like it. And he's like on top of the world. And they're like, why are you so happy? He's like, because I did it.
Yeah.
That is sick.
That's cool.
That is sick. And then Neil goes to talk to Keaton, and he's like, I need advice for how to deal with my father. And
yes,
you know,
and this is a beautiful scene too. And Keaton doesn't say really anything hardly. He just listens.
Yeah, he
he's
doesn't.
Like, well, yeah, he's like, well, have you told your dad exactly what you told me? And Neil's like, no. He's like, you should do that.
He's like, I can't. He's like it's one of those situations where it's like, I don't know what Neil was wanting from him almost. Because he gives him good advice and he kind of denies it during the conversation. Like, I can't do that. I already knows what he's going to say.
Right.
It's like,
but that is the thing that's kind of I don't want to say it's kind of the thing that's the plot, but like, I do think that's the tragedy of this story is that Neil is fucked, you know?
Yeah.
Like he is wholly, absolutely fucked. And maybe there's some things that could have changed and could have happened, but that is, I mean, like it does tragically progress into the point where it's like, I mean, in a couple of scenes, he does fantastic in the play. He does very, very good. Lied to, I think,
everybody.
Yeah, everybody essentially. But he also lied to Robin Williams whenever he says, "Did you talk to your dad?" And he went, "Yeah, it went great."
And it was very believable.
Yes. Yeah.
That was like a plot twist, I guess.
It was. Even to the point where, like, in the next scene, whenever he's doing the play and his father shows up, I'm like, oh, wow, I guess he came. Yes,
I was happy.
I was very happy. And that's wow, what a roller coaster of emotions through here.
Also,
but he does. Yep.
In universe meta actor props, to know that he lied and his dad showed up and he knows his dad's going to be pissed, to still give a good performance.
Yeah.
Because I would be bugging in his shoes, man.
Yeah, I'd be freaking out.
Because in my mind,
and I mean, he does. Whenever his dad showed up, I thought it was a good thing, but then he's kind of freaking out backstage.
Yeah, he misses.
And I was like,
cue.
oh, he's going to blow it here. Yeah. And he doesn't. He does a very good job. But I think that I mean, of course, there's opportunities that maybe he could have taken to have his father understand. But even I kind of got through that, because even in the scene where his dad, you know, I want to go back and review a little bit more, but even in the scene where his dad sits him down and talks with him at the end, not even talks with him, he's just fucking yelling at him. And he goes to like say something and then realizes there's nothing that can be, and to him, and probably it is the truth, there's nothing that can change his reality in this situation. He's going to go to a different school.
Yeah. He's
going to be a doctor now. His life's, for him, his life is fucked. His hopes and dreams are gone. They might as well be.
I'd like to
just puts him in this like dastardly situation.
I'd like to spend a good portion of the talk here about this, because I actually think this is like the most important part.
Yes.
Because me and Shelby were talking. She was like, I don't think it's anybody's fault. You know, we're obviously talking about him taking his own life. And she was like, I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think he was, she kind of alluded that she thought it's shown throughout the movie that he is mentally unstable already.
Neil?
Yes. Just that he is like, I didn't think so either. And she's like, I don't think I'm wording it right, but she's like, I think she was saying that he was like, he is impressionable, and that he, I don't know. I'd have to get her thoughts, but here's my thoughts.
Yeah.
I think Neil is unfortunately a bit of a hypocrite. Okay.
Right.
Because this whole movie, he's kind of forcing Todd to speak. And
Right.
he never speaks for himself.
Yes.
You know?
I agree.
And I love your interpretation that he doesn't speak because he doesn't think anything will change no matter what he says, right?
Yeah.
But the tragedy is we will never know.
You never
because
know.
he never got it out
Yep.
at any step of the way. You know, he never pushed
Yeah.
back. Even though he said to Todd, well, when it comes down to it, I'll talk to him. To Keating, I talked to him at the end of the
Yep.
movie. The dad is yelling at him, but then he gives him a chance. Like,
Right.
you know, say something. What do you got
Yeah.
to say for yourself? And he doesn't, and he says, you know, they talk about feelings. He's like, well, what do you feel? And he says, this is a deep line. He says, nothing, which is, it's heartbreaking. And
Yeah.
I read a lot of really sad review quotes about this, like people just like talking about the movie in like TikTok comments. You know, there's like something you can get from like a big ass review on Rotten Tomatoes. But man, the one sentence line on the TikTok edit of Neil Perry died way before he picked up that gun. It's like, damn, bro. Like, and then another thing, somebody reflected to the Robin Williams quote in the beginning when he says, art is the reason we live for.
Yeah.
Neil gets his art taken away from him, and therefore he has no reason to live. It's like, damn, TikTok commenters, y'all are analyzing the shit out of this film.
Yeah.
And
that's immediately what I thought of and interpreted it as, is like it literally, like the quote of the movie where he's like, you know, we said it earlier, being a doctor, lawyer, etc. is good. His dad's about to send him to med school, take all of his shit away from him and take his whole purpose of life away.
Yeah.
And it's like,
because Neil says in like the beginning, or like whenever he like finds the audition slip, he's like, man, this is like something I've always wanted to do. This is like the only thing I've ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I've never been allowed to, or never even thought I could. And man, it just it does womp, because of course the parents are heartbreaking. Now, I thought this could have been, this is the scene where I was like, I'd like to see a remake of this movie. And I would like a whole week of dedication of practicing, rehearsing, shooting it hundreds of times, of his parents reacting to finding him. Because it is emotional, but like it's not as emotional as it could be.
As it could be. Yeah, I do agree with that.
You know,
I think a lot of that scene, I think a lot of the pull you get emotionally, and not because that isn't an impactful scene, because it definitely could be more, like you said.
Yeah.
I think all of that emotion you're getting is just from like the previous like two. Like I wanted to rewind a hair and talk about, because I do think it's worth talking about the reveal that his dad's pissed at him. He actually didn't talk with his dad. But as he's coming out of the theater, everybody's like, wow, you have it, man.
Yes.
You were the man. You did amazing. And even Robin Williams is like, he says that exact thing basically, is like, you have the gift.
You have the gift. You even left me speechless.
Yes. And then immediately his dad, like that's the last they ever see of him.
Yeah.
You know, which is crazy.
I liked Neil's demeanor walking out, how calm it was.
Yeah.
Because they're like, come on, we're going to do this. And he's like, I can't, guys.
Yep.
Not right now, y'all. And it's very somber. But yeah, I mean, just so many.
Because man, Now that I'm thinking about it, I do know what you mean. Like of course, this movie, like there's a heavy impact of him taking his own life, but it could be heavier.
It could
I
just
feel
be a
like
little bit
there
heavier.
could be a little work to that. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know what you mean. That would maybe be a gripe of mine, I guess. Which I mean, you got to do what you can for a PG movie.
unfortunately, this is crazy, but like I've been watching a lot of I watch a lot of like body cam footage and just shit like that. And
Right.
just seeing real people react to the worst shit possible, you
Mhm.
know? And it's like, and then I saw clips from another movie where people are, it's a movie literally about soldiers that come to doors to tell loved ones of soldiers that they have died.
Yeah.
That's the whole movie.
Mhm.
We need to put it on the list. It looks crazy. It's got Woody Harrison in it.
Yeah.
But just seeing, and like I just saw like 6 of these actors like reacting to, you know, fictional death, and I was like, wow, this is like, it is so realistic, you know.
Right.
These screams. So like, just like the mom just being like, ah, and then the dad being
Yeah.
like, my boy. It just didn't do
Right.
it for me, unfortunately.
It didn't me either. The mom did have like the heavier. It was kind of strange. Like as soon as the mom saw him, the quote is. I mean, like I think it's line for line. Like he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. It came across like that.
Yeah, that's,
And his dad went from like, oh my god, to like,
he's not.
shh. Yeah, it's like it was like it was just weird. It was a weird
little bit
dynamic there.
Because like, I don't think the movie is trying to get across that his parents don't care about him. 'Cause
Right.
obviously they do.
They do.
Obviously
Yes.
they do. Now they don't care about him like in the sense of like they want him to be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They think they're doing what's best for him by sending him to med school. Which, you know, like if you're smart enough and you're able to, getting sent to med school is not the greatest hell on this planet. You know?
Right.
There's so many more deviations of hell you can find yourself in.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, you can't compare stuff like that. So they're not like torturing him.
Right.
They're not beating him. They didn't like smack him around. You know, they're not like,
Yeah.
they just want,
I know what you mean.
they're trying to do right by him.
Yeah.
Now they do say some shit like they're setting this up to be like a future investment. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like comparing it to Todd,
I was just gonna say, yeah. Sticking with the theme of the movie, what's the point in living?
yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't agree with that necessarily. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what they previously discussed.
Right. Which that's like the opposite is like what they're arguing at the end of the movie is like,
Yeah.
they're like saying Mr. Keating set up that like, if you can't do your dumb bullshit, then you should just kill yourself, you know?
Right.
That's like what
Yeah.
they're trying to say is that he was
Yeah.
like, man, why be a doctor when you can be a street performer? You know?
Right.
That's like, but like their reactions compared to Charlie waking up Todd, tears in his eyes, and like Todd's reaction out by the lake or pond or whatever.
Yeah.
Now that did do it for me. I was like, yeah,
That was
this is
Yeah.
this is good acting. And also
I wish we got a little bit more view of his parents suffering.
yes,
way.
man.
I wish we got that. I wanted to see that bad because as much of a fucking dickhead as his dad was the whole movie, I just wanted something from that, man. I wanted to see him have some reflection, some introspective, but maybe too, that's another like part of the beauty of this movie, and that it doesn't spoon feed you in that way, and you can just kind of assume like with a lot of it.
And also,
Maybe I don't need that.
I was surprised how long this movie went on after Todd's death.
I was and I wasn't. it just it went by quick. I think he died with 30 minutes left in the movie.
I thought it went by quick too, but I
think it's right about there.
I was like, damn, there's movie left. Like there's like shit, because I thought he was the main character, you know. Right. So I was like, what are we gonna do here?
Yep, I agree. So there's one last thing I wanted to say too. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Derail you.
No.
With his dad and the dynamic there, there was the kind of dynamic of him, because he said a couple of times, like, I didn't get opportunities like this, or like, I've sacrificed so much to get you to this
Neil
point,
said something like, I don't come from a rich family like Charlie does, or something.
Right.
Which puts in perspective Charlie's character a lot, because he's like, I can fuck off a little bit, because who cares?
Yeah.
You know,
right.
He's not, nobody's like banking on me.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
That was mentioned a couple of times, and I think that has to do with the dynamic as well with his father's attitude towards him, which isn't a good thing. I don't think you should ever put your pressures like that on your kid. By any means.
So, you know, but I wanted to talk about this. So, like, in terms of fault, because like the movie,
I wanted to,
is like saying it's Captain's fault, right? And then like my wife said it's nobody's fault, and then like of course people say it's the parents' fault, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the system, man. Like it's the machine that has just beat him down into conformity so much that he can't. He's just so used to not being able to express himself to his parents. He can't, like, this school has like made him march in line. And like, this is, I mean, this is a theme that's been shown throughout the movie, like with the marching exercise, how easy it is to start marching along. And if you didn't march along and you said you wouldn't have, why'd you start clapping? I love that. That was some, good shit. Yeah. It's like, before y'all even think y'all would have done this differently, why'd y'all start clapping? You know?
Yeah.
Because I hate when you give somebody, we've talked about this for years, I hate when you give somebody like a hypothetical and they're like, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, shut up.
Not man. I don't care about the statistics. I would have never done that.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you would.
You would have.
You would have. And you would have been happy to do it.
Yeah.
Ignorant to it. So I think he's just, I think it's been everything's fault up until this point of his life. And I think, I mean, getting that little taste of freedom, I think did send him over the edge to get it yanked away.
I think you were probably correct in that assessment. I think that's a very good point. I think that it is systemic failures. With the way he was brought up, I mean, that doesn't help anything. And then he's probably been miserable. It probably is true that if he did never meet Captain, he probably wouldn't have killed himself. I'll give that to him, you know?
Right.
And that's what's shitty about life is that does that mean that you can point the finger at him? I don't think so at all.
Or the other angle, he would have just done it another time. It didn't matter.
Right.
You know?
Yes. He would have been miserable 5 years, 10 years down the line. He would have graduated from medical. Yeah. Just anything. Med school
suicide rate ain't zero. You know what I mean?
But I do think you're right. My personal take is that I think it is the parents. I don't think you can raise your child like that and like be that neglectful towards their needs and not expect something bad to happen, whether it be they take their own life, which is the worst case scenario, or they excommunicate you, or like what's to stop him from running away or never talking to you again or something like that, you know? Like you just can't operate in that fashion and not expect something to happen.
Yeah.
You know, like not expect the consequences of it.
I agree completely with what you say. However, if that was the case, then everybody at this school would kill themselves, you know? So there has to be like another factor because all of these parents are dickheads and all of these kids are squashed into bugs. You know what I mean? Like there is something about Neil, like, and the situation that brought it out of him, you know? Because like there ain't a kid here that wants to be here. Charlie actively is trying to get it spelled multiple times in this movie.
Right.
And obviously Todd is hammered by it, you know?
Yes.
So it's like
I think he just got a taste of it. I think he made
he
his
got
own
the taste of
decision.
it.
I think he got a taste of it, and then it was just going to get taken away from him. It's a non-option, you know.
Yep.
And that's just it. And in a way, I think that was good enough for him at the same time too. I mean, clearly it was. Because I mean, like the last thing that he says, maybe his last line of the movie was that
I was good.
I was good.
I was real good.
I did good. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Damn.
It is very sad.
This movie is so much. This was a really different movie than I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. And then you're right. It is crazy. There's 30 minutes of movie after that.
Oh, I mean, they get like
you are correct. It flies by.
It does fly by, but I was like, damn, there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
Because
didn't even touch on it, by the way.
I bet I know what you're gonna say.
Side plot wrap up here. He holds this bitch's hand in the movie, dude.
Oh yeah.
Little finger tickle, and it works out.
Yeah.
She agrees to go with him.
I love her coming to the school.
Yep.
And they're all just like, girl. Well done. And she's like, I don't appreciate that stunt you pulled today. And he's like, obviously you do. Because why else would you be here? I love that.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm going to the play. And he's like, you going with your boyfriend? And ain't it funny how cheating in movies is always cool?
It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. It's literally
every
sick.
movie.
I'm like, please cheat on him. Yeah. And I'm rooting for it.
Yes, dude. I'm like, damn, hell yeah. He's dating, or he's got this dude's bitch by the chokehold, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know why. That is a really funny thing. Anytime it's like in a movie or a book, it's like the most romantic thing ever. And in real life, it's always the slimiest, scummiest shit possible.
It's just good versus evil, baby.
Yeah. It is. They do set it. They always, I mean, that is the perfect setup of just like, your boyfriend's a dickhead though.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
I'm the man.
I'm the man. I'm the coolest dude ever. Yeah, that side plot. Backing up a little bit more now that we can get into like, because I had kind of forgotten. I was like, I love Charlie. I love Dalton's character so much, but what does he do though? And I forgot that he's a huge factor in this movie. He's actually much more of a prominent side character than I was thinking, because like he brings girls to the cave.
Yeah,
that was fun. He writes the article for girls need to be led into the school and signed it Dead Poet Society. And I was like, bro, what the
yeah,
why would you do that, dude?
Could you imagine too right now getting, not right now as in you, but could you imagine getting lashed?
No, bro.
As a 17-year-old?
No.
Hands on the table?
No. Why did he incriminate the boys like that?
I don't know. Why in God's name would you do that? Have you ever had one of your brothers do some shit like that? Just something dumb. You're like, man, why?
Yes, dude. I love, this is like hilarious how it is. He's like, nothing's gonna come of it, and if it does, I'll handle it. Next scene, they're in like the hall of hell. They're like, we will find them. Him pulling out the phone and saying, God's calling.
Yes.
He says, girl, it's for you. God says girls should be allowed in the school. Hilarious, dude. No wonder he got whipped though.
I'd beat your ass too.
Yeah, I was like, obviously,
if I'm trying to run an institution and you're dick assing around like that.
Yeah, I don't I don't know if I agree with corporal punishment. This ain't like a 8-year-old getting beat, but like this kid.
You're old enough to get your ass whipped.
During this scene, I was like, yeah, bro, you got a couple coming to. I didn't even know y'all did this here, but if this is on the table, then this is exactly what.
Yeah,
what else are they going to do to you
for this? I guess
because it is cracking me up. He's like, I know you want it spelled. It's hilarious for like a school to be like, you're trying to get it spelled.
Yeah.
Well, not here,
no
man.
Chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you real quick. And he takes it tough as hell. And I don't think he snitches on the boys.
No, I don't believe he does at all.
He does not snitch on the boys. And it's
so cool the way that they explain that, because I think it's Neil still. I guess, or no, maybe not. I don't remember, but he's going back to his room. He's waddling his ass through the hallway into the room. Mm-hmm. And somebody, I don't remember who it is like, Neil. What did you, I think it is. They're like, did you tell? Or he's like, what is his name?
Rwanda.
I forget. Yeah. I don't remember.
I don't remember it either. I want to look it up because it was sick.
Who's the character that we're talking? Is it Charlie? Is this Charlie that this okay. He's like, Charlie, man, did you snitch on all of us, essentially? And he goes, it's Rwanda. And then shuts the door.
New Wanda, my bad.
New Wanda, Rwanda, whatever. It's New Wanda. And then just closes the door. And you're like, nope, he held it down. That's cool. That was such a cool way of showing that. I really liked that about that.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was sick. Cause I was like, cause I knew, I was like, bro ain't snitching. And, he was down for it, man. He really was. He was down. This is the exact quote. Neil says, so what happened? Charlie says, I'm to turn everybody in, apologize to the school, and all will be forgiven. So what are you going to do, Charlie? He says, damn it, Neil. The name is Nwanda. And he smiles.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah. And then a couple little scenes after that, you get some nice, because these boys are kind of acting a fool at this point in a way. And even I'm, as the viewer, I'm like, this is getting a little out of hand. And then you get Robin Williams that goes up to Charlie and is like, yo, man, you got to use your brain, brother.
This is because like a teacher comes and talks to Keaton and is like, what the fuck are y'all doing in here? And Keaton comes like, and I love Charlie's like defeated. He's like, I thought you would have thought that was cool, dude. Yeah. And he was like, there's such a big difference between being brave and stupid. And, but then he does sign off on it. He's like,
right.
Come on, man. I like how he's like, if you get it spelled from here, you're going to miss out on a bunch of shit. And, Nwanda's like, you don't care about that. And he's like, if it's even as simple as missing out on my classes. And then they're like, okay, I get it.
It was cool.
Yeah, that was sick. And then his characterization after the fact, after Neil's passed away, he's still holding it down 10 toes. Yeah. And they're holding like an impromptu meeting because,
something bad's gonna happen.
Man,
they said it.
This shit put such a bad taste in my mouth. Just having the fucking assembly hall about Neil's death, and then just talking about him like he's a fucking number, dude. This shit fucking pisses me off, man. I just can't even imagine. It's like, one, you don't know the boy, Right. Two, his parents don't know the boy. This has been discussed that my dad don't know me, and it's like, you're going to talk about how good of a student he is and how he was one of the best and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, on paper, on your little GPA calculator. Yeah. It's like, but man, just so much more to say about somebody than their accolades and some bullshit they didn't care about.
Yeah.
And whenever they were like, the parents want me to investigate this matter fully, you know, I'm just,
God
damn. And so they hold the meeting, and they're like, Cameron Fink, I know it, dude. Where's he at? And bro came back and snitched on the gang.
He did.
And I could tell too.
He ratted on all of them, man.
Once I knew he was a part of the group, I was like, nah, there ain't no way. There ain't no way. And I love that Charlie punches him and gets expelled for it.
He does.
You know, kind of gets what he wants.
He does.
In a way. And, but also, I mean, he deserved it. I wish they would have kicked his ass.
Yeah, I wish they would have whomped him in real quick.
And this was a good Todd moment, because Todd stood up and was like, you know, none of that's true, Cameron. And
yeah, Todd's really growing his set here. Pretty much.
Now, I was so disheartened when they are doing these meetings, right?
Yes.
And Todd is the last one.
Yes.
And he gets the paper and it's signed by everybody.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
And it is stated, like, the way they're wording it, like, I can't remember the exacts, but like, this is all Keaton's fault, right?
Right.
And, you know, Todd tries to say something and is immediately shut down, right?
Yeah.
Now, I wanted him to be like, fuck this,
I'm not
man.
signing
I'm
it.
not
Yeah,
signing
I wanted to
ripping
take
it
it
up.
and rip it up.
Yes,
Yep.
I would have loved that. And like, it would have been awesome. But it's not in his character. It's not in the theme of this movie. It's not in what has been established so far. You know?
Yeah.
These kids, and like, imagine this position, right? You got like getting expelled is on the line. Your parents are in this room. You ain't seen them in 9 months or however. And you got the dean, and they're overbearing on you, you know? I'd probably sign the paper too. I can't. And Todd also, you know, he's having trouble speaking for himself anyway. So it was in character. Yeah. But so is it made up for them standing on the desk at the end?
I don't know. No, not at all. It's too little too late. It's like, where was this energy at previously?
It's a great scene though.
It is. And I've been waiting a long time, this whole podcast, to say this. I really like, for this scene, not everybody in the class is stood up on their desk.
I like that too.
I really quite enjoyed that. It's a decent number of them.
I liked who did stood up. So obviously it's the gang.
Yeah.
It's Spaz. His name's just Spaz in the script, and they refer to him. So like the geeky kid who dad was handing nitroglycerin or whatever to like the headmaster for his cough or whatever 1950s ailment this boy has early stage asthma before they knew what it was. I like that he did it because it showed that he's beat down too. And then it shows the boy who did the catch sat on the mat. Yeah. He stands up on the desk.
That's cool.
And that is cool. And a couple other kids. Originally Fink was going to stand, or Cameron, the guy who snitched, was going to stand on his desk. And the boy who plays that character says, I don't think the character would. I think he would. I don't think he'd be able to in front of the dean.
I'm glad that.
I think I don't think he'd would switch.
Right.
Because he's
that's
like,
cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
I thought that's a good choice.
I liked whenever Robin Williams was coming into the classroom. I liked that whole energy about him. very good acting without acting. He's just taking a slow little stroll. He's like, oh, sorry to interrupt. I'm going to grab my things. If that's okay right now, I can come back. It's like, yeah, just go ahead. And I like when he's in his office, he's just
looking at Todd.
He's just looking at Todd.
Todd's like, shit, man.
And this whole scene too, where this shit ass professor that we got the word on earlier that he used to teach English.
Yeah.
This old fucking man, which is the dean of the school or the head. I don't know.
Whatever.
It would suck if this was
President.
yeah. And he wants him to read the introduction.
It was
so
sick.
funny.
Yeah.
And then is like, where are you all at in this book? How far have you gotten? And it's like, we ain't even cracked the motherfucker open.
Yeah. We jumped around a lot.
Yep. It's just cool. It's very cool. He loves that the quote or the passage from the PhD dude. He's like, this is some good shit right here. You all read this. It's just so funny. It's really cool.
I like that. He's like, it's ripped out, sir. He's like, well, get somebody else's book. He's like, they're all ripped out.
They're all ripped out.
It's like, hell, read this one then.
Yep.
Now, dude, Todd's standing up and being like, they forced us to sign it.
Yeah.
I mean, they did. They did force him to sign it.
Indeed.
They forced all of them, you know. I can't fault these children for not ruining their lives, you know. I can't, I guess. And I like that this is the ending scene.
I do too.
I like that there's not like, I'm glad there's not even like a fucking shot of him walking through the parking lot, not getting in his goddamn car and driving away, not anything.
Yep.
It's just,
I agree.
It's just them standing on the desk. It's good.
Yep.
That's good.
And he says, thank you, boys, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so fucking sad to think too. Like there's so many sad things about this movie and perspectives that you could take. But I think about the Robin Williams' character.
Mm-hmm.
And you get that little bit. I think it was with Neil previously, where he's in his office and he sees the picture of, I guess, his wife or something, girlfriend, fiance on his desk. He's like, oh, who's that or whatever. And he's like, oh, she's in London. And he's like, dude, you could be anywhere but here. Why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this is what I love. There's no place I'd rather be than right here. I love teaching. And then that combined with the end of this movie of him just losing it, dude. Once again, it's very similar vibes to what happened with Neil, I feel like, in a way. You lose what you love. You lose the art of it. And it's like, what is a man left with?
Mm-hmm. Man, I thought this shit was awesome, bro.
I thought it was pretty good.
Talking about,
I liked it more after we talked through it and talked about it.
Yeah.
I think this would benefit greatly from a second watch. I don't know if I'll do it anytime soon.
I think so.
But I do look forward to the next time I watch it. I think it will be better.
I'll add this to the damn 365 calendar of like movies you gotta watch in a year.
Yeah.
This is for sure in it.
It is really good.
It's really good. Way better than Paddington, dude. That shit sucked.
I bet I didn't even look at the view count on I bet Paddington got 2 views and 5 dislikes.
Bro, I was getting destroyed in the DMs on some Paddington hate.
Were you?
Yes.
Our audience wasn't a fan of old Paddington?
No, they were mad that I was hating on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Funny. I was wondering.
Yeah. They were like, why? How can you hate just a happy ass bear in a coat, dude? I was like, man, I was just
fair question.
We skipped a week. I had to watch this fucking bear movie.
Yep.
I didn't know how to talk about it. No, this one was really good. I liked it a lot.
I'm glad that we got this one in, genuinely.
Me too. Man, I'm trying to think of some other interesting stuff I saw about it. This is going to be a surprisingly long cast. Longer than I thought.
It will be.
I thought we didn't do it like this anymore. I know there's some stuff I thought was cool.
I just really liked it. I'll while you're looking at it a little bit.
Yeah, just start riffing on it.
My favorite character is Robin Williams, of course. I don't know if you would have any differing opinions on that.
I like Neil a lot.
I also do.
I like Charlie a lot.
Yeah. I like all the characters. I think they're all fantastic. I do kind of base mine off of, I just think Robin Williams had an excellent performance in this. Everybody did. Everybody sure did. But I couldn't see anybody else in this role except for Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Being the teacher. And he did a great job. My favorite scene, shit, is probably, there's quite a few of them. I'm trying to think. Running through the movie, I like them. God,
it's a hard one to pick a scene from.
It is.
To say your favorite.
It really is.
Man, maybe, it might be generic, but him huddling them up, telling them about art is just...
Yeah.
It just encapsulates the movie so well, which is like, it did. Every edit about this movie has that scene in it because of just
because of that,
all the themes in it there,
Yeah. I do love that. I love them ripping the pages out of the book. I think that probably is the scene though. I can't think of another scene where it's like, oh yeah, that's the one, except for the huddle scene.
Maybe them standing on the desk at the end. If you told me that was your favorite scene, I'd go, yeah, I agree with that. There's like an alternate version of this script where Keaton was like dying in a hospital after being diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease. And I'm glad they cut that shit. Like,
yeah, I didn't need all that. Thank God. I would give my rating of this movie. Oh, I'm going to do it out of 10. I'm going to give it, I want to be careful, my critic rating, like, this may be lower than what you would have it at. My gut is 7.5, and that's the basement. You could talk me into it being higher.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just trying to think, because there are movies I enjoy more than this one, certainly.
Yeah.
Not even like movies that I like. I think Good Will Hunting is a good. We talked about it not only because like we were considering watching it. I think again similar. I mean, it's got the same damn actor in it, and he's doing similar things. Like
yeah.
There are connections to draw between this movie and that movie, and I definitely prefer that one. So I'd probably give Dead Poets a 7.5 at least. You could round up to 8, and I wouldn't be mad about it. That's probably where I'd keep that at.
I don't know, man. I love giving movies 5 out of 5 stars. My Letterboxd account, my average is really high.
Right.
Just because.
I mean, yeah, if I was going to hit it with like I don't have Letterboxd. If I was going to hit it with like the Netflix rating whenever they had that, immediate 5 stars. I mean, like,
yes. Yeah.
I'd recommend anybody watch it. That's kind of how I gauge that.
Yeah. Like my personal enjoyment of this film, I guess, is a 10 out of 10. Like I will watch it again, and I'd like to watch it all the time, every year, maybe.
Yeah.
Critically, yeah, I mean, it did get nominated for Best Picture, so it's got some fucking sauce to it.
It does.
But I'd maybe go 8.5 critically, like especially with that ending scene with his parents. Like, it didn't do it for me, and That may be my only acting complaint in the whole film, though.
Yeah, I think me too. There was something.
Sometimes I just wish Todd wasn't such a pussy.
Yeah,
but I get it.
There was something earlier that I remember. I don't have no idea now. Maybe somebody will comment. There was a gripe that I had with it, and maybe you even identified it. And I don't remember anymore.
Awesome.
I have no idea what we said earlier.
I'd maybe change some knock scenes, dude, because like him kissing the drunk girl's forehead, like, brother, please.
Yeah, he was like a predator the whole movie almost.
I mean, like a little bit
at the end.
A little bit.
If one of my homies was doing stuff like that, I'd have to have a talk with him.
Yeah, there's one really bad critic or one bad review I wanted to talk about, just because this dude's head is so far up his own ass that it's came back out, and now his head, it's just normal now. It's a 1 out of 4 stars. We are never privy to Keaton's personal life, nor do we quite grasp why such a talented individual is devoted to pedagogy. Crazy word. I'm gonna get a definition. I looked this up earlier. I'll get a pronunciation real quick in my headphones. Pedagogy. Okay. The method and practice of teaching, especially as an academic subject or theoretical concept. And it's like, bro, I don't need the goddamn Mr. Keaton prequel movie to explain why he teaches like this. What are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about?
What does that have to do with shit about anything?
Right.
That one just blew my mind. That one blew my mind. It's one of the worst ones.
I could see that. This movie's rated better with the audience than it is the critics. I saw that in Rotten Tomatoes earlier.
And I'm kind of surprised with that, with the heavy subject, because like I could see a lot of people getting turned off from this movie.
Yeah, me too, in a way. I do think this movie fits, like, this movie almost strikes me as like, I don't want to say like a Hallmark movie, but kinda. Like, it's got that old movie feeling to where like it is a very seasonal movie. Like, I could see this like a marathon of this movie being on. Like, you just kind of throw it on the TV. You don't have to pay that much attention to it in a way, because it is beautiful if you do. But like, this is a good casual one. You just truly throw it on and kind of watch your way through it. And I think you can enjoy it in that way. I think now if you sit down and analyze it, you're going to have a better time. But I think you can get a lot of enjoyment out of this movie in that way too.
Well, I agree, because up until the last act, it is such a hangout movie where it's so comforting.
Yeah.
Until it completely 180s and makes you feel despair. But like just them hanging out and having fun, it's really good fun.
Right.
It's such a hangout flick. This is interesting. So like Spirited Away, remember I told you that it was like on the top 100 list of movies to see before you're like 14 or something?
Yes.
What age range would you say, one, is this like a need watch for you? Like if you like are into movies, right? Is this movie going on like you got to watch this movie?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it definitely fills a spot.
Is there a specific age range? Because now I'm like, man, I think I'd like for my kid to see this movie while he's in high school.
I think this is a movie you watch at 12 years old. I don't think you should watch it before the age of 12.
Yeah, probably not before 12. I'd maybe put like the theoretical PG-13 rating on it.
That's what I was about to say, because even 12 again is like maybe the basement of it.
Yeah.
Then you'll get a little more at like 13, 14.
But I think if you were like 16 and you watch this movie, it could maybe do something for you.
Yeah.
Especially if you were like about to go to college or something.
Yep. I completely agree.
I think it'd be good to see this. Apparently, Robin Williams really enjoyed this movie, so I thought that was interesting. Apparently, he was on record saying that he liked it.
That's good. He did good. It's a great movie. It really is.
I'm just making sure. I want to see. Wanted to see if the script. One thing that sucks about like scripts that get uploaded to the internet is like we don't know what version of the script it is, and sometimes it's literally just the movie has been like transposed onto page now.
Yeah,
and it probably wasn't like that. But I was checking to see like if the ending was the same exactly on the script as it was in the movie. Because like I'm sure something got edited out or added in later. Like I said, there was some improv scenes and such. So
yeah.
Well, what do you think, man? You got anything else?
Honestly, think that's about all I got. Great movie. If you haven't seen it before, definitely watch it. I am kind of bummed that I didn't watch it prior to right now.
Yeah, I thought that it made for a good podcast, but I was like, damn, I can't believe I've been missing out on this.
I feel like I kind of missed it. I feel like I kind of missed where this would have really affected me in my life, because I could see this movie having an impact on my life.
Yeah.
At this stage, I'm glad I watched it. That's about it. But I think that if I would have caught this as a teenager, it probably would have changed me. I don't know.
Maybe I'm glad I did not watch it in high school.
Yeah,
it would have got me down bad. It would have been my personality. I would have maybe wore a suit to class, and I would have been in some nefarious situations.
Yep. Yeah. If you're actively being groomed, don't watch this.
Yeah.
Don't watch this film.
Don't watch this movie if you have the hindsight to know you're being groomed in the moment.
Yep.
Stay away from this.
This movie will do bad things.
That makes me feel like, I don't think Keaton is the bad guy at all in this movie, though.
No,
not at all.
I don't either.
I don't think so at all. And honestly,
I don't.
I don't think his relationship with the students is ever inappropriate in the slightest.
No,
he doesn't.
I don't either.
He doesn't go to the cave. He doesn't encourage anybody to do anything bad.
But, no, I was going to say, here's the thing about Keaton. If it is Keaton's fault, what is he guilty of? Is he guilty of encouraging a soon to be young adult to young man to pursue what makes him happy?
Yeah.
Or to have open and honest discussion with his fam, or what's he guilty of?
Yeah.
Explore his wants and desires and emotions.
Hey, when y'all read
be
poetry,
passionate about life,
don't make a bar graph.
Yeah.
It's
like, what are we really guilty of here?
Yeah.
Because
completely.
He never, and I guess that does go with the point of maybe you could say, I guess he technically would be on paper, but I'll go with maybe you could say that Neil was mentally unstable. And that was kind of the caveat. I'm
going to have to watch the movie again and see what the hell my wife was talking about. Because she's seen it before. Maybe I
think she's capping.
She might be picking up on something, dude.
I don't know. Maybe I just got that
Neil Defender in me.
Maybe I just got that young man, I must complete the passion of life, or I have no point in living.
Yeah,
because I get it. I feel it, man.
No, for sure. I mean, we might have to edit this out. I don't know what we're allowed to encourage. But hey,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of you gotta take it every day, no matter what.
Oh yeah, certainly.
You gotta take it hard and fast.
Maybe I'm mentally unstable. I don't know. It is funny if you watch this movie and are like, oh yeah, Neil's crazy. That's not that's not the read I got.
I don't. That ain't what she said, but
Yeah.
Man, that's hit the sign off, baby.
Yep. All right.
Postcast about to get hot, but
it is. Yeah. Thank you again, everybody, for fuck. Who cares? You know. All right. We do appreciate you all watching this week's episode. The 5 of you that have hit the like button. I looked at Paddington. We got 10 views on that one, baby. 10 views, 1 like. Big like to view ratio on Paddington. I'd like to shoot for 2 likes this episode.
That'd be nice.
So hit it up. Get us with the comments. We've been missing little comments lately. And yeah, watch this movie if you haven't seen it. If you've somehow gone 20 plus years of your life without seeing it, check it out. Let me know if you think Neil was mentally unstable throughout the movie. Please, I want to know. And yeah, we'll have more stuff next week. I'll keep it simple, keep it sweet. Do you got anything else?
No. Once again, thank y'all, and let us know what y'all think. I'd love to. No. Let's start a conversation down in the comments about this movie.
I'd like to.
I'd like for an asshole to get up in our comments one day. That's really what I'm waiting on. Is somebody to call me stupid. That would bring a smile to my face. Somebody just hating.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, we have nothing planned for next week, so stay tuned.
We'll all find out together.
We'll all find out together.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.